But
Wait, quick
please,
question. We're speaking on Twitter?
we're speaking everywhere. We're speaking on Twitter. We're speaking on YouTube. We're speaking everywhere.
There's a significant lag between Google Meet and Twitter.
And YouTube is not updated.
I just need to do.
Let's use Google Meets as reference. Let's talk on Google Meets, but have our microphones unmuted on
Somehow what?
X.
Yeah, that's weird. Was all just set it up, but not now. Oh yeah, it's working now. Okay. Okay, check. Everybody hear me? I see you. Very beautiful, very handsome guys. Can we start, please? I can hear myself from someone's phone, so I think it's Zaria probably. So please, can you turn the volume down?
No, I got earphones on.
Oh, interesting. Pushkar? Interesting. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, let's start from Anmol. Pushkar. Can you please say how's the recorder going and how's testing going? What is the status of the work today?
Yeah. So we merged the Mac and Windows recorder and tested out the recorder. There were some quality issues with the recorder, like the video quality issues. Those are fixed as well.
Turn your mic on the Twitter as well, Pushkar.
Yeah. So yeah, we so tested the recorder with upgraded quality of video. Then now we are also saving how, along with the video length that we recorded, we are also saving how much time the recorder was run for test it out amongst us. And yeah, it will be live in 30 minutes, and then we can test amongst the team if the new recorders works fine for us. And yeah, that's update.
Sounds good to me. We're talking about dev version, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right. As soon as we're gonna Anmol, you have things to say as well, correct?
Yeah, I was working on the experimentation side of the new recorder changes where we gather all the mouse clicks as well as frames data. So I was working on the precise clicks what the user makes on the screen and testing that with the frames and merging that and also showing how the click was made on the screen and just validating the whole flow if the new recorder changes is working and how we can collect high quality data for computer use agent training. And yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Anyways, remind me please, what is our plan after the recorder gonna be all set up? We're gonna test it all properly from all devices we can. So Windows and Mac chips, everything. We are not expecting this to work for Intel or Linux itself. It's good if it's gonna be working, but like that's not the highest priority. What is the plan for the next steps? After the testing, if the testing gonna be passed, so we're going with this recorder live on prod. What are the biggest benefits for the users we have right now? Like what this new recorder gonna give them?
So we were facing a lot of consistency issues with recorder, right? So this new recorder will ensure that every device is supported consistently, and it has much more implications on the computer use agent training side of things. as the data that we're getting from the previous recorders was missing a lot of context, and that wasn't ideal for the computer use agent training. And along with the new recorder, we're also saving the clicks, the frame, uh, managing the link between the frames and the clicks. Uh, and we offloaded a lot of computation that we did on the Electron app to this recorder itself. So it runs on a very low level nearer to the computer. So the app itself will be much smoother than what it was earlier, because all of the heavy things that were being processed on the Electron side now are processed on the Rust side of the recorder. Um, so for the user, it would directly be a smoother experience with the app. And on the computer use agent side, we'll have a good quality data to train the agents.
Okay. What is the biggest difference between data we had before with previous recorder and this recorder?
So the biggest difference was the previous recorders kept a lot of frames depending on the activity of the user, and the flow between the frames was not smoother. For a computer use agent to understand what's happening on the screen, it needs a continuous flow of information, which wasn't the case in the last recorder, as there were a lot of frames being skipped in the name of saving resources, which was true, but we were missing a whole chunk of frames which were useful for computer use training. But in this newer recorder, we are having all of the context inbuilt, uh, and it's a continuous flow of what the user's flow is for using the computer. So that's the biggest difference between the previous and the new recorder.
Thank you. Okay. Anmol, you as the developer who's working on QA experiment, can you add something else regarding the new data we're having?
Yeah, so earlier we rely on the videos to get exactly what the data we need for computer use. But as research go on in the computer use domain, where a lot of papers has been published by OpenCUA as well as Agent S3, where they're collecting the click coordinates of the user who is working on a task. So that is very useful for the agent which is trained on to navigate throughout the user's computer, as well as like any website where it is trying to click on the buttons. So there are a lot of evidence was found that if we collect clicks data as well as more precise frames data, that would be very helpful in training the computer use models as well as agents. And so that based on that evidence, we decided to do this. And now we'll be doing experimentations on how it will actually be useful in the implementation by training computer use models or agents based on this data. And we'll find out and we'll share some more results soon next week. So we'll be more clear how this will be helpful. But according to the evidence and the research papers recently published, according in theory, it is very helpful. But we'll also publish a report where how we are actually using the data.
Okay. Makes sense. Zaria, what is going on from your side?
Yeah, so a bit about what I've been doing in the past 24 hours is that firstly, we reduce the time that it takes for a user to do a task. So now the maximum session duration for a single task is switched to 50 minutes. We've made sure that right before it finishes, it reaches the 50 minutes, we put an alert saying that it's been 45 minutes, 5 minutes till the recording is over. I've also fixed many edge cases. The app used to crash if we didn't give it accessibility permissions, especially for the pod. So I made sure that just like the screen recorder, we had a pop-up that showed the user, and it was more intuitive for the user, so that they know exactly where to go and give the app permissions for the interactions. Also, there was a slight issue in the dev app where it was the metrics of the video was not being uploaded. We fixed that issue. So now that for computer use agents, we're uploading all the metrics, the frames, the interactions. So they're being properly uploaded. So now our computer use agent can actually train on that data. And it's more concise, like as in like it's more useful data now. Also, we fixed the timer pause on dev. What used to happen is that it used to turn off unannounced, or and there were a lot of timer issues. So we made sure we fixed that, um, and we also made ensured that in the previous versions of the application, it was often that the the application used to ask the user for permissions repetitively. So we made sure that we made a check that it only asks the user once and it references the check for the dev app. So as we switch from the screen pipe to dev to the Rust recorder, we've eliminated that problem. That's all from my side.
Yeah, I have notifications if the recorder is crashes. I have notifications now, and they're pretty loud and pretty visible. I'm very happy about this because sometimes when it's like randomly turns off, yeah, I need to know if it off. That's cool. Shall we talk more about our plans regarding notifications and how we're gonna improve whole system?
So in terms of improvements,
Zaryab, people on X can't hear you. You need to unmute yourself.
oh, sorry.
Yeah. You can just keep yourself unmuted
Yep.
on X, it's okay.
So in terms of improvements going forward, we definitely want to make sure that the user is having a great experience using the platform, not just for the actual computer use agent training, but rather also for themselves, right? The whole platform initiated from it being a focused application where users can go and actually be helpful to users first, and then second for AI training. So our main goal for focus was the distraction notifications, was that the user can help the user stay on track. So in order to make that experience better, hopefully in the future, we are planning on doing a complete revamp of the system. If we were looking into it, making it a better applications for the user itself, and making sure that the distraction notification UI is better. They're more visible. They're more helpful than they are currently. So we do that by firstly improving the UI of the notifications. Secondly, making sure that the notifications themselves are more relevant to the user. So we make them customized to the user, and also by adding different tonalities to the characters and personalities. Like for instance, if it's a critical personality, or like someone that loves to focus when someone is shouting at them, or like that's very aggressive in an aggressive manner. So we're gonna have notifications that are more like critical, more red toned, so the user is actually yeah. So it matches the personality of the user personality. Yeah.
I was talking more about the research we are working on right now regarding people who struggling with ADHD and productivity. Yeah, so
Right.
there's lots of problem we see in a society regarding staying like intentional with whatever you're doing, and this is
Yeah.
actually the vision for our focus itself. We we're helping people to filter all the noise that you have outside and inside your laptop, your phone, not your phone right now, but your laptop or your notebook and whatever right now. Yes, and we're trying to understand how to help people more and more. So if there is somebody on the stream right now who got any ideas or any like user cases of, oh, you know what, yeah, usually when I'm working, I'm getting frustrated. I really wanna just chill and um watch YouTube videos or something like this. And I have problems with this because I actually have the deadline with the task and la la la, all of this. So just please communicate with us because we are working on it more and more every day. What do we know right now is Focus itself got good notifications, but they're not as perfected as we can have them. We can take two paths in here is become more as a blocker app, so basically be not aggressive but kind of leading users by blocking the distractions they have going on, which is not related to any task they're working on right now. um, this path seems good for me honestly, but it needs to be taken to user testing as well. And the second path is more less, not less toxic but like more friendlier, where we just, I see you hand, where we just leading users with notifications the same way as we have it right now, but more clear and more, how does it name, like naming whatever users should do right now, and not actually blocking but saying them, yo, like, we see that you might be tired, do you want to take a break? We see that it's already been 30 minutes, you're not doing anything, you're just watching YouTube, would you like to start the task, and etc etc. Is it? Yep.
Yeah, so to address that, focus up. Sorry, I went off track. So regarding the research done on ADHD, we've realized that so the initial whole point of this was to make sure we do research, especially in the modern day where there's a lot of scrolling and a lot of users and a lot of people have very short attention span, of how we can improve that attention span and actually like help the user that's the whole mission of focus. So in order for that,
Can you
we've done a
repeat
lot of
your
research.
can
We
you
want to
repeat
make
your
sure
thought,
that focus
please?
is not.
Wait, can you repeat your thought, please? Because
Sorry.
I was lagging. Can you repeat your thought from the start?
Yeah. So basically, like at the end of the day, the mission of focus is to actually understand the attention span of the user and the the patterns that the user uses in order to get distracted, or that the subconsciousness of a user, that it opens a certain app and then it will get distracted and stuff, and help the user, guide the user back to its actual task. We've done a lot of research on ADHD applications that are already out there, like Pomodoro, Focus Now applications. Now, what we've gathered from that information is that it's either that the application itself becomes quite destructive, or it's very complex to use, and it's very hard to get started on, right? When you want to focus and you're having problems with ADHD and stuff, you just want to completely get into the flow as soon as possible, instantly. You don't want to think about your tasks. You don't want to, you don't want to do any of that. So at the end goal of focus, what we're trying to make focus come alive into is basically a single click. This is the future of focus, is on a single click it will plan out, it will have memory of the user data, and it will plan out the user's whole day in tasks, break it down into easy tasks, into motivating tasks. And let's say, for instance, you're not feeling like going to the gym, or you're not feeling like doing a certain task, right? Then we want to the focus will help the focus app will help the user in order to actually focus on another task, right? We will gather all user information, all the user memory, and help the user become the most optimal version of itself. So, according to the research, we're going to we're going to try and implement the very minimal yet helpful application that will help the user in the future. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the biggest problem I have in my life right now is I'm waking up and I need to think about what exactly I'm gonna be doing. And this takes a lot of mental capacity and lots of time sometimes as well. And I can be going through day thinking about this. Maybe I forgot something and blah blah blah. So, am I lagging? Okay. So what we want from Focus itself is we wanted to have such a good memory of a user, so it's gonna tell people what exactly they stopped on or what they were thinking about, or if you were doing some research, maybe you want to make some notes, and etc. etc. So um, we should also, I believe we should also speak up about Goodman as well as part of all of this. So the coaching part of Omega Labs and Focus itself, the big part of it is Goodman, which is not out yet, but will be as soon as we're gonna test it out on a couple of teams and see how much we can improve it right now. Goodman itself is a chatbot who can be connected to lots of apps people usually use in their life, but right now it's connected to Discord, it's connected to our team Notion, it's connected to Google Meets, so you can pick up the whatever we're talking about because we usually use Google Meet for this purpose and record it. So Goodman, it's actually a megamind which has all information about you or your team and can actually pull up the plan, the strategy, the vision of you, the analytics on yourself as well. Basically, it can give you the full understanding who you are, and our vision is to make it as cool as possible in the matter of like it's gonna be nice if Goodman will know about me even more than I know about myself, and I think it's kinda is now. Sometimes I'm talking to him, I'm like, oh yeah, actually I did say so, yeah. Yeah, well, probably don't remember about that, but I did say so. So yes, Goodman is another part of Focus, coming with perfected user experience and user interface connected with notifications that lead you to the best version of you. This is the exact vision for Focus for the next 2 to 3 months. And Animal, I would love you to pick up talking about the vision and roadmap for SN24 for next, please let's say 1 month.
Sure. So SN24 will be switching more towards only data collection, where we collect data which we train models on SN21, uh, to be precise. And we will be collecting all sorts of different computer use kind of data, where one of the main tool to use for data collection would be Focus, and how we collect data using all the frames and the mouse events, whatever happens on the user screen, and create a task-based data set where each user completes a task, and whenever he submits it, we collect all the frames and the clicks data. And to moving forward, we'll be adding more and more different tools to it, like how we collect the data and how we will be more precise in collecting a small nuances on the user screen, like what window user is on, what is the trajectory user is doing whenever he's completing a task, those kind of nuances. And to be moving forward, we will be also looking into more and more people doing tasks from Task Marketplace, where we'll be also collecting data from the task done on the task focused task marketplace, where we'll be posting lots of tasks for users or miners to do. And that will be have like a novelty kind of data set where we have each domain. For example, is healthcare, if it is research, if then there is a web research, web content creation, as well as designing. and those kind of all the domains will be enlisted in the data set, and as the data set grow more and more, we will be able to train the computer use agent in different kind of tasks. And yeah, that is the whole roadmap for SN24.
Good, good. Thank you. So the task marketplace is turning to the primary engine for SN24.
Yeah,
Why it is so?
because we believe like for the last sometime we were experimenting with things like allowing users an opportunity to do any task, and they will always do certain tasks which were helpful, but we were not able to get certain specific domain tasks which we wanted to train the computer use model on. So that's why we created the task marketplace where we can put task and focusers or miners can pick it up and get paid for it. And this way, like we are creating a way for people to get um, incentivized by doing tasks, and as well as we collect data for that. And like there are a lot of companies which like only pay sub only where like it's mostly they take data from YouTube, or they take data from like online streaming services like Twitch or something, where people do some task or do some coding, but they are not incentivized. So the whole idea for this is to incentivize people for doing tasks, and we can also train computer use models on it. So that makes like win-win situation for both of us. And using marketplaces better way to do it, because we can post the task we want them to do it, and they can easily pick it up.
Okay, thank you. Pushkar, your turn. Can you please explain what exactly is Task Marketplace once again, and how does it work, and what are the benefits for, first of all, users to join Task Marketplace, and second of all, businesses or some like small teams or big teams, whatever, um, to use Tasks Marketplace as the engine to freelance their work out.
Right.
Yeah, but please,
So
and oh yeah, I unmuted. Thank you.
so task marketplace is like any other gig job board where people whoever wants to get their tasks done can post as an individual or as a team can post tasks that they want to get done, and the pool of focusers that we have on Focus Hub can pick that up and get started working on that. Currently, we have a winner-based system where like multiple people can simultaneously make submissions to a particular task, and one of those users will win the race and will deem as a good option for the as a winner of that particular task. But eventually, we also want application-based systems where user will apply for them to pick up the task, so that their efforts are not very like spent as they are now. But what it does is it creates a stream of defined tasks to do, and uh, this definition of the task helps us to get data for the computer use training side in a very structured manner and useful data for that manner. Um, the marketplace, like if you want to post a task as an individual or a team, you'll have to lock in a certain amount of tau in our system. This tau is will be going to be used to reward the users that make submissions to your task. So whomever you select as winner of that particular task will be rewarded the amount you decide the task like worthy of being rewarded, and this amount will be taken out from the initial tau that task like publisher would stake. So this is how the system works. There are two wheels to the cog. One is task uh, creators who want to get the task done, and other focusers who will pick up the task to do. Um, the implications for this are who wants to get the task done, their tasks are getting done, and they getting quality tasks as it is a competition between people, and competition always brings out good work out of the bunch. And for the focusers, it is a chance to enter into a free market where they can pick and choose what they want to do and get rewarded for doing good work. Plus, the data that is collected is going to be used to train the computer use models. Yeah, so overall, it's win-win for every party.
Okay. Is there anything we forgot to talk about?
We also are testing out the team spaces where it's a space for remote teams to manage. So it's a very niche area we want to target with this is remote teams working in different time zones to manage their context. Team spaces will be a tool where they can assign tasks, do tasks, and all of that within the team. And will have Goodman as an context aware tool, which will help to align all of the team spread around different time zones. Um, but that's built out, and we'll be testing it on a couple of teams to prove the concept, and then we can publish it as a product as well.
With this saying, we're also, like, for everyone basically, we're also looking for the teams who are ready to join and test it out by themselves. It doesn't require any fees or any price yet. So first come first served. We looking for teams to get those roles, to test it out properly with us, and to tell us how exactly we can make it even better. It's not gonna be like this for long, because we're gonna be applying some fees or some subscriptions we're choosing on the path right now. So yeah, speed up with those decisions. The Zaria, yeah.
Yeah. So just to add on to that, so in the past few months, we've made great progress in Omega in regards to building a lot of products that are quite useful in the industry. So our main driving engine here is the Focus app, right? And the main driving engine is the Focus app where we're collecting data. But in order to make sure we're getting sustainable and efficient and useful data, we're adding products and things off of it. For instance, the TARS marketplace, what it is that basically we're assigning tasks for users to do, and we select the best task that the user has done. So we will train our data not only just on regular tasks that are not useful, but on the best of the best tasks, right? That we deem necessary and fit. We need to make sure, like, what we're doing here is not just training AI. Like, so at the end of the day, it is that we're collecting data, right? Now, if we give, for instance, if Claude and Gemini and all of these big institutions have the same data set that they're training their data on, they have the same model. What we're doing is we're revolutionizing the AI models that are being trained by revolutionizing the data set that they're being trained on, right? We're making the best of the best tasks, like done in the most efficient and in the most preferred manner, from the task marketplace, from the teams as well, how the organization is operating, and we're using Focus, the SN24, as the driving engine of all of these products. Um, we've also made great improvement when it comes to teams. That's the new product that we were launching, and we're going to be testing it on different multiple teams. What it is basically, it's not just a regular teams platform like Notion or um, Discord or any of these platforms out there. What we built is what we're building is quite revolutionary. How is it revolutionary? Is we're building a best friend and a best personal assistant, not just for the CEO, but rather for every individual employee of that company. Meaning, what we've built with Goodman is we've built it for our team, right? It's our team's product first. And now we're like, hey, listen, we have such a great product we built for ourselves and that's useful to ourselves. Why not just give it to other teams to use? So Goodman is a product that every single one of our team member uses on a daily basis in order to understand the organizational operations as well as the organizational improvements. What it is that we basically all the sprint planning, everything that's been done in the organization. For instance, Pushkar currently is in India. I am in Canada. What happens in this way is that there's often a communication gap between me and Pushkar, and we can't communicate back and forth in order like if I want to know what Pushkar did in the last 4 hours while I was asleep, and Pushkar is not available for a call, he's asleep. What I do is I go to Goodman and I'm like, Goodman, can you please summarize what Pushkar did in the last few hours? And Goodman will do exactly that. Not only that, but it will also tell me what to do next. It has a full understanding of the organizational operations. It will tell me that this is where we are on the sprint this week, and this is what we're going to do next. As well as why Goodman is such a good product is that it manages all the sprints. It doesn't only just make sure we're on track, but also creates the next sprints for the next week, for the next month. What we have is not just another generic product here, right? It's not just another um, sprint planning or another to do blocker or like a, a a block map, right? It's not just like oh, this is the team's to dos, this is parking lot, this no, it's a whole personal assistant for every employee of that company. So in regards to teams, I think we've done great improvements there in that aspect. Also in the target marketplace, we've done great things. So now we're not only just getting regular focus applications that people are doing where they're getting distracted and they're not really paying attention, but we're getting concise and efficient data sets that we can train AI models on to make them way better than they are. And currently we're doing also manual testing. We're making sure that the data that we're submitting and the data set we have is exactly what the AI needs to test. We've improved the recorder. To summarize, we've also improved the recorder, which now doesn't skip frames, and it has full context and contextual awareness of what the user is doing, where it's clicking, and how the work is being done. So we can easily train our data on that.
That's scary.
So yeah, that's just a quick summary.
I'm not gonna agree on Goodman is making the full roadmaps right now because Goodman is still being managed by somebody else like me. So yeah, am I a little bit afraid that Goodman is gonna take whole my job? It can, and it does it right now for some amount of it. Because yes, Goodman got his eyes on everything we use, which I'm not able to do sometimes. Because Goodman actually can see and read every commit people do and be online 24 hours. He doesn't ask for food, he doesn't ask for drinks, he doesn't even ask for white wine on a Friday. So I think it's perfectly cool. The thing is, what teams and companies get with Goodman is they get cut off the costs on managers of low level, which is kind of scary, like, because it can actually lead to some amount of people being jobless. And me building the knife for my own kind is kind of
Valerie, you're
scary.
mute on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
You're mute on Twitter,
sorry,
and Zaryab can mute yourself on Twitter.
yeah, that's true. So basically,
Yeah, that's like we can wind it up.
okay. Goodman got his eyes on everything. It's scary for me for being a manager because Goodman is actually can take over the junior management, um, junior management period. Because Goodman is actually more clear and more accountable than people, because people they tend to forget things, they tend to be lazy, they tend to be sick, hungry, pregnant, with the broken legs or whatever, and it's not possible with Goodman. It works 24 hours, 7 days a week. It doesn't ask for food, it doesn't ask for water, it doesn't ask for a white one on Friday like I do. So it's kind of scary, and whatever I'm doing in this team by building the thing, they're gonna end the career opportunities for my kind for junior positions. Yeah, sounds sounds very interesting, I would say. But the thing is, for
It's
small
funny.
for small
It's
or
funny
big
because we're gonna be using you to replace you.
yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing right now.
We're gonna use
Like
you to train an agent that will replace you.
that's what we're doing right now. You just came
Yeah.
late, because Goodman like month before we were switching the kind of performance he was doing
Yeah, we're actually
regarding
improving good.
regarding the formatting, regarding the how he sees the process itself. So yeah, in future I believe Goodman will be able to cut the cost on management or instruments like Notion, Asana, Jira, what else? Like all the management assets, basically, because Goodman got big memory, and this memory is actually very good. That can hold, um, that can hold quite a lot of information and do it very simultaneously. So basically, if you're, I don't know, if you're June front end forgot to do something and he's saying that he actually done it, Goodman will be able to go and actually prove or not prove that it was actually done. So Goodman keeps everybody accountable personally or team wise, which means, if we're talking like just real life, just a life or of just personal life of every user, I mean holding accountable myself for not like cleaning up the dishes or something, because I said I'm gonna do that and I did not. It can be used like this.
Actually, guys, I have to really go. Me and Pushkar has a meeting lined up after this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can go. It's all good. We're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap it. Thank you for being here. Okay. Anything?
See you guys.
All
What I
right.
was saying.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. What I was saying. I really believe in Goodman because Goodman can be used personally, like your coach. Zaria, because you're only one here who's gonna be left. You know how much actually personal coach costs? Quite a lot. I'm not even saying that the
No, I'm
coaches.
not quite aware.
So the minimum I've seen is like 500 USD, which is interesting, and it's gonna be probably like
Yeah,
nothing.
you'd be a professional in that field because you're in Bali, and everyone around you is almost like a digital coach. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, also like with Goodwin, the point we have with Goodman, the point we've reached on Goodman training and whatnot, it's such a sick bot so far. It's like, for instance, like I'll text on Goodman and I'll be like, "Hey, can you like, tell me what I did today?" And it's gonna do a summary of everything I've done. Also, at the end, tell me exactly when was the most productive. It will be like between 1 o'clock and 3 p.m. You were the most productive because you attended meetings, you basically pushed out this many commits. And not only that, the great part thing about Goodman is that how connected and it is to our whole organizational operations. For instance, Notion, it's connected to Notion, so all the Notion docs, it has all the awareness in what's going on in Notion, whether a new doc is created, a new sprint is created, everything, it has all awareness. Discord, it's basically just like another employee that we have in Discord. Like we're
Yeah.
communicating with Goodman as well, with GitHub, with so many. It's like like
It's connected
Goodman
to Google
has
Meets now.
reached the level where exactly, yeah. So it's sick because it's connected. It's like that one guy, that creepy guy that's in the corner that just doesn't talk, but he notes down everything, and you can just ask him any question, and he knows the answer to every question.
You know
It's like that.
what?
That's Goodman,
You know
you know?
what we're gonna do right now? Like we're talking a lot about Goodman. Let's show people what the hell is this. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions?
Yeah,
Who's doing something? I don't know. Can you see my
yeah. Wait, the thing is, even funnily enough,
mhm.
l-
No, it's okay. I'm just trying
I
to.
basically like it's funny because I use Goodman on a daily basis. Like, so I can just go through my chat and I can show you the conversations I've had with Goodman, because it's not just something we're like marketing and we're being like, hey, listen, like this is such a sick product. It's actually a sick product because we use it. Like we're actively using it on a daily basis.
I do use it on a yeah, I do use it because I some
Yeah.
like we have so much context going on every day that I just forget something, or I keep like trying to find information. The another thing that Goodman helps me personally a lot is to find some information, because we have so many chats and we have like so many contacts going on around Goodman, not around Goodman, around every fucking thing. And sometimes it's just hard
Yeah.
to find this exact message that you need, and this search doesn't work anymore, so I just go and ask Goodman. Oh,
Yeah. Also, like the thing is, at the end of the day, when people procrastinate with work and they're not focused on their work, is because they have too much going on in their head, right? When I was doing my ADHD research, it was because a lot of people have a lot of cluster in their head where they can't really figure out, okay, these are my next steps, and this is what I should do first, and this is what I should do second. Like in a conversation, when we're just discussing in Discord, if there's nothing, I don't feel afraid that I need to keep something in my mind, because I know at the end of the day I can just go to Goodman and be like, hey, what was Valerie talking about? And then Goodman will be there and be like, yo, Valerie was talking about this, and this is what she wants you to do. So I'm like, okay, click, let's go do that work. So it's like my brain is very simple. It's like only focused on one work. And then once that work is done, then I can just be like, okay, Goodman, tell me what's next. Tell me what was discussed. So like, yeah, for instance, there you go. Pushkar is currently working on there.
yeah. I love how he says he had strong technical implementation, active collaboration with team. That's nice.
Yeah. So you see how sick that is? Like, as in, like, if I was to share my screen as well, and like my conversations that I've had with Goodman, like I've been using it on a daily basis. It's quite interesting. Let me share my screen quickly. Just a quick demo of what really is. So, for instance, like I'll be like, hey, summarize what I did today and tell me when I was most productive, right? And this is like, you can see this is not like I've been using this, not just for this conversation. I prompted it. It was from before. And it basically is like your productivity patterns late morning, focus capability, considering scheduling complex technical work between 11:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. So it tells me exactly when I should do my most technical tasks, because that's when I'm most productive and least distracted, right? And then it's like when you were most productive, peak time was between this and this, right? And not only that, like I even also like tell me how much data was collected and how much percent, right? And it's like storage volume 5 terabytes of screen. So I often speak to Goodman about exactly like everything. Even if I have an idea that I want to pitch to the team, or I have an idea that I want to pitch to someone, I can just talk to Goodman about it, and Goodman will tell me everything. So it's like almost like a best friend you have.
Yeah. Smart one though.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, we've made quite a bit of an progress in terms of not only just focus, but also making sure that for the computer use agents itself, that we're collecting the best of the best data, right? This task marketplace thing that we came up with is not only revolutionary in terms of task marketplace, but also in terms of training the best data. Like, as in, we have the best training data from this sort of thing, right? Like, we probably don't right now, but like, as in, we do, but we're gonna even get like more consistent and more better data. So it's um, like companies out there like Ridges and Shoots and this and that, they have a very competitive spirit, and they get rewarded and incentivized on their spirit of competitiveness, right? Making the best results, right? Now, how are we going to encourage that spirit and in order to get the best data? It's by having a task marketplace where only the winner will get the thing. And in return, we're going to have a trained model. And not only a trained data set, but also a final product. You understand? So, like, if, for instance, someone says, I want a spreadsheet of 20 influencers in my market that can help me promote my product, right? Now, the user will get paid like $10 to do that. It will go on LinkedIn, it will go on Twitter, do a whole research. But then we also have the best way to do it for AI models, which can be replicated. So it's amazing that like the amount of work we've done in the past 2 months and the progress we've been making.
That's a lot, and I think I will post out the biggest thread today to actually showcase what exactly was done, because it's like for us we just keep working,
Yep.
working, and like a hamsters in like running, and like we're doing lots of things, but we actually
Yeah.
I think we need to just stop and acknowledge how much was done actually. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice note to finish our stream.
100%. Yeah, I think our team. Yeah, definitely.
No, you keep going. You have a thought. I'm not gonna stop you.
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying that our team is very technical and very aware of the current market and the way the AI is progressing. So we're like always in that constant headspace of we need to improve, we need to improve, we need to build. But we're not quite like it's not quite evident of what we're building. So yeah, that's just to wrap up your point. So we're building a lot, like a lot out there. But I think we should take a break and like, yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's wrap this all up. Thank you for being here, and thank you everyone who came. So yeah, I will be posting the recording everywhere, so people not gonna use anything. So, anyways, bye bye. Have a good day. Let's continue working. Let's go back.
Bye bye. Take care. Take care.